I'm sorry about my abruptness there, Miss Reynolds. I don't know what's come over me.
It's all right. It's the maleness in you. It's just exuding itself out. I think that's good.
As exuding itself?
Yes. I think it's these kind of emotions should be let out, because otherwise you break out.
Where do you break out? I didn't realize that.
Well, speaking of being crude, you see, no, I think it's very good of you to allow yourself to have a good time, because you should express yourself.
I'm a zany, fun guy. Well,
I read that.
I wish I had been at that auction. I got a kick out of it. I saw some movies of the auction the other day, a special that they're going to do about MGM and Hollywood. And who got the Tin Man's can? No, he had an oil can that he carried throughout the...
going on it tonight, isn't he? For goodness sake.
Did they auction of
that
all of
was never up. That too had been... I think Ray Bolger has that.
I like
personally.
I like the Tin Man whenever I saw that movie.
I was reading a big article about Roddy McDowell, who has a marvelous collection of film and all of that, and memorabilia, and he's going to donate it to some Boston University. I have to write to him quickly, so he'll put it in the museum out here that we hope to do. But everything good takes time.
I have an odd question for you. What do you want for Christmas? Now, here you are, a lady who's got everything, and glamour, and fame, and money, and furs, and shoes, and jewels, and all kinds of dishes and stuff.
Is he talking about me?
And what on earth can a successful, big star want for Christmas? What tangible object?
I think you only want what we all want, which is happiness for the world, a wonderful time with our children. Sure. If you're talking about something materialistic...
But what about the person who has to buy you a present, aside from all the things you'd wish?
It's very hard, I think, to buy anybody a present once they're an adult, unless the circumstances are such that they really need a new set of dishes. Or years ago, when I lived in Burbank and I didn't have so many means, why, it was very easy to buy me anything. Now I'm always out of the usual things, like towels.
Towels, dishes.
Nightgowns.
Washcloths, teeth.
Teeth, I'm not short of those. I've got a lot of that.
Are those your real teeth?
These are...
You don't mind my asking, do you? It's not rude in Hollywood to ask.
It's really... It's all right. No, you can ask me anything. Because
no, I know that most film people have their...
Just my hair comes off, but my teeth don't come out.
I didn't mean like that. I didn't mean that kind. I meant most film people have their teeth pegged, or what do you call it?
No, they don't. Where do you shouldn't...
What do you call it?
You read too much, dear.
Cap?
Where do you buy your magazines?
Well, when I'm at the beauty parlor, I read whatever's... What do you mean, how do I...
Well, you must go to those tacky corners and get those tacky magazines.
Ooh, do I?
You could tell.
I'm sorry.
That's funny.
Yeah, when you go into the dirty movies, you know how they look at you and say, well, what are you doing here? And all that
dirty movies, for goodness sake. Do you do all those nasty things?
Oh, I meant when one does.
Oh, one, meaning
when one goes in,
one.
One finds that the people in there always say, what are you doing here, Mr. Cav? Oh, one. No, I was talking to Fred Astaire about that.
Well, call me the next time you go, and I can listen to all the comments as the people look at you.
Would you give me a tour of the smut of Hollywood?
I would be the wrong one to take you.
Yeah, that's right. You're very active in the Girl Scouts.
Well, it isn't that. They probably would know where to take you, but I really don't go around to a lot of the places like that. But they do have a lot of little theaters, mini theaters where they show pornographic films and all that. But I've just never really cared about seeing that sort of thing, only because I guess when you're not searching, you don't have to look.
Oh, you mean it comes to you?
I'm sorry,
it all comes.
I threw him.
I'm not sure what you meant by that. Do you mean that living out here, you don't have to pay to see all of that sort of... No, I really...
I'm going to throw those notes so far, you'll be in such trouble.
I haven't used those yet.
I know, but with me you don't have to because you're tacky. I think that...
I'm sure that's some complimentary word that I don't understand.
It's my favorite word, tacky. I think it's a nice compliment.
I've used it a couple of times now. What do you do? You do work with the Girl Scouts, though. Do you help?
I'm very active in Girl Scouting and a lot of youth work, a lot of drug abuse work and things like that I believe in doing. First of all, I love working with young people because I think that what they're doing is the world of tomorrow, the world of today, and if we don't stay interested and if we don't try to understand and allow our minds to be open, then I just think we go along in our own little small world, which my world could be, because I am a very kind of conventional person.
Yeah.
And can stay extremely one-sided if I don't watch myself, but I don't really want to.
Especially in show business, you get so you don't meet any people outside show business if you're not careful. They fun?
Yeah, I have many friends in show business, and I love them dearly. But I really am not that kind of social to go out a lot and all that. So I do have an opportunity. My husband's in business, so I do meet a lot of business people and doctors. Crepe-sole shoe salesmen.
That's hard to say.
Crepe-sole shoe salesman.
Crepe-sole shoe salesman is difficult.
So, you know, you do
it's a
meet a lot
diction
of other...
test. Yeah.
a lot of other
He's in
people.
show business, shoe business.
Shoe and show. I'm show and he's shoe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you actually a member of the Girl Scouts? I mean, as a kid, did you go through the whole Girl Scout?
Well, my mother's very active in
that.
scouting,
Yeah.
and she just kept me registered through the years. And then when I came into show business, I really didn't do anything for many years because I was busy working, learning how to sing and dance and keep up with the musicals. Then when the musicals went out, I had more time on my hands.
I always told you that I thought you deserved, that you're such a good comedian that they gave you a lot of junk to do. And then maybe your name held you back a little, Debbie.
Debbie is.
I mean, I think Rock or Yule or something like that. I mean, the more
No, I like
grabby.
my own name, which is Mary Frances, and I would have liked to have been Frances Reynolds because I could have grown up with that name.
Yeah.
And Debbie is a hard name because it's an ingenue name. But when you've been raised with it and when it's yours such a long time, I think that if you have talent, you can go on despite what your name might be.
Yeah.
I've thought of changing it, but I think that too would seem so kind of ostentatious. So.
Eventually they realize what a talent they have.
No, I just have not. I like to stay in comedy and in singing.
Yeah,
and
you're
dancing.
wonderful in comedy.
So I'm not looking forward to doing the great Shakespearean works, so I'll leave that up to somebody else, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Let us take this message from our locals. We'll be right back.